So before we get started, I want to let you guys know to check out the description for pictures to all the different setups that we're going to be using throughout this scheme. And the scheme is Singleback Y trips as well as Singleback Z trip, which is essentially the exact same formation, using a custom playbook and setting audibles. Now the mode that I play is CFM, and I know a lot of you guys that follow me do play CFM as well, and you can do this kind of thing. Now if you play card modes and you can't set audibles or use a custom playbook, not a problem at all. Just take a look at the pictures and use these plays just for what they are. Like for example, if you get the Kansas City Chiefs playbook, you can take advantage of my favorite play in the scheme, which is KC China, and that's the play that we're looking at right now. Now, I know a lot of people say that I talk really fast and it's hard to kind of keep up as I'm going over the gameplay footage. I talk fast because I'm trying to keep up with the gameplay. So we're going to pause it and we're going to go over a couple important things. The first thing is the speed out. The reason I love this play so much is the speed out on the left. As you can see, it's bracket coverage. What I suggest to you is get into practice mode with two controllers and learn the difference between pass commit and non-pass commit. If it's a pass commit and they've got a situation like right here where that guy's on a purple or a seam flat or a flat route, that's going to be an interception if I make that throw. If they don't pass commit and they're on those routes, it's going to be a completion. So they didn't pass commit because I know the difference. And so I'm able to complete that pass to the speed out. Now, by default, this play is absolutely amazing. I love the speed out. And then we've also got a speed in by circle on the far right side. Then by default, the tight end is on, as you can see, a little bit of an angled streak. If we're going to throw the ball further downfield, and that's going to be, say, our last read like you just saw to Gronk, I'm going to keep him on that angle. I feel like going deep, that angled route right there is better. But other than that, if it's going to be our first read for a high point, then I like to put him on a streak. And that's another reason why I love this play, is because of the high point pass this year, a user defender is absolutely going to have to stand in the middle of the field. And the fact that we got the speed out and the corner and the speed in, that's a great route combination when our opponent must be sitting over the middle of the field. So a couple things to keep in mind. Now there are a couple changes that I'll make, and just look at the description for that, but this is really the main setup. It's either going to be this, what you see right here, which is the default setup, or we're going to streak A, or we're going to slant A. We're going to get into a little bit more of that in the future, but either the streak or A on a slant is really glitchy. So let's take a look here. Pretty sure we go to the speed out. As you see right there, pass commit. We got to learn what route is that defender that's covering X right now. What is he on? Is he on a yellow? Did they pass commit? Is he on a flat route, a purple? We see that he's probably on a yellow and they didn't pass commit, so we're going to be able to hit that. Not a problem. It's never going to be a problem if they don't pass commit. Here's the other route combination that I love. Now, if you struggle with reads, this is probably your best route combination. If you love the high point, put X on a streak as well. But if you struggle with reads, this is a fantastic route combination. You've got square on the speed out. Then, just following him, your eyeballs, basically, it's all about your eyeballs. If you don't have that vision, which is what makes you a great quarterback, which makes a great Madden player, that's okay. You can do things to make up for it. So we go from square to X to circle. They all follow each other. So let's take a look here. Let's just pretend we're looking at square first. So we're looking at square, then we're looking at X, and then we're looking at circle underneath. Now, because of the fact that we have X, the tight end, on a streak a lot of times for a high point, take a look at the user right here. He's playing as if he's got to worry about the high point. I probably hit him with a high point, especially because I've got Gronk a couple times, and that's why he's playing that area. Once we go to a slant, now we're wide open. So he's going to have to be very careful. He's going to have to play a little bit further inside. If we see he's usering and he's going more to the outside, basically it's just a cat and mouse game. So square, then X, and then circle down underneath with the low pass. If you saw my video on Gun Trips tight end, Pat's Y post, we were hitting square on the far left with a low pass, and the computer was running after the catch, very glitchy for a lot of yards after the catch. And that's the exact same thing that we're going to do here with circle. So this play really has it all. It's got the speed out, and it's got the speed in, and then it's got a corner. It's got a high point chance. It's a fantastic play, especially when you put everything else in. So we're not going to be able to hit square. We're not going to be able to hit X now because we waited. So now we look underneath to circle. And the great thing I love about that low point pass here is that even against a user defender, it's actually going to be really, really hard for them to defend that low point pass. Take a look right here. He tries to cover it, and the low point, what it does is it kind of glitches out the defender. So he was ready for it. He knew what was coming, but then we're able to get a bunch of yards after the catch because of that low pass. And again, here's that slant, speed out, slant, speed in combination. So we're throwing the ball just as he cuts, and we're still going to get this catch. He covers the tight end, and this is just, I mean, it's going to be money all day. It's going to be money all day if you run the scheme properly. Now, in the run game, sometimes we're going to be doing different things. So we can just motion the tight end over, put him on a streak, or do whatever. But it's also going to be good in the run game when we run halfback counter as well. So let's take a look at a couple more things here. Again, I just want to pause a couple things so that you guys understand. Here it's man coverage, so we low pass. I mean, it's fantastic. I really, really love this play. I used a variation of it last year called pit crosses or whatever. It was a speed in, but you couldn't smart route it. The KC China one you can smart route. As you see right here, it's 3rd and 3 and it's off coverage. Now, obviously, against cover 2, a flat zone is going to cover a speed out. We know that. There's other things like the next play, double China, that we're going to look at to beat cover 2. But the high point pass by the tight end or a slant by the tight end, and then the low pass to B as he cuts across the middle, and then we've got RB on it. I mean, we can do things to beat cover 2. It's just that everything's going to revolve around them making sure that they're doing whatever they can to stop X, the lone wide receiver on the left. So here it's a 3rd and 3. It's off coverage. And instead of waiting for him to develop all the way downfield, say 8 yards like he is by default, if we smart route it, he's just going to go quickly to the first down marker and then cut to the outside. That's one of the reasons I love this play. 3rd and 3, game on the line, and it's a dot. 4th and 10, we do the exact same thing. We get to that first down marker, and it's just an absolute dot. So here we're just looking at a ton of examples of speed outs. Now here, let's look at this situation. So now we've got a 3rd and 19. So if we're in this formation and we cannot smart route X, or I apologize, we can't smart route square, then we're not going to be able to pick up enough for the first down. But because we can, 3rd and 19, and that defender, he didn't pass commit. That defender's just out there playing a yellow. He doesn't want to play cover 2 because he feels like we're going to be able to beat him on like a corner or something like that. And now we're just able to pick up that first down because of the smart route. Once he gets to the first down marker, he cuts to the outside. We make the throw, and it's a first down. To me, that is a major, major deal. Now, another thing is you're going to be facing situations where people are going to be pass committing. Like, for example, here on 3rd and 8. This is obviously a passing situation. So my opponent is going to pass commit. So what we can do is we can motion out the running back to just delay that slot defender that might be on a purple or might be on a flat route. He's going to hold him just enough that if they're not in a cover 2, so if the outside left DB is not in a flat, then we're going to be able to complete this to square no matter what. The motioning of the running back against a non-cover 2 defense guarantees a completion to square. So let's take a look right here. As you see right here, he backs up. He holds him just enough. Just enough. It might not look like a lot, but he holds him just enough, and now we can make that throw. So we're going to be looking at that throughout the course of the rest of these clips here. So if they're blitzing from the far outside, then we're going to be able to complete that again, as long as it's not a cover 2. So here, I mean, we're up 21-0. It's 4th and 9. We motion the guy out. Everything is default. I mean, we love this play just by default. But again, that little hesitation by the slot defender right there motioning out triangle, that's going to allow us to complete that. As you saw, the defender hesitated. And again, right here, motion him out. Just watch the defender. Now he bumps him. It's not a cover 2, which means that no matter what, and we've smart routed to 3rd and 15. So once he gets to the first down marker, he's going to cut to the outside, and it's going to be an easy completion. So take a look. It's not a cover 2. There's no flat. We motion the guy out. He bumped. Even though he tries to go back and play it, there's no way he cannot make that play. So that's what I love about this particular play. And there I messed up and I showed a play from the next play in the scheme that we're going to be looking at, which is KC China with the post route. As you can see, we can just hit that all day long. So I hope you enjoyed play 1. Speed out, speed in, high point pass. Make sure you also block the tight end if there's pressure potentially on the right side. Absolutely love this scheme. We're going to get into a lot more. I hope you like what you see so far.